you have apples around your place, your tree is producing more apples than you can actually handle or eat, and your kids are tired of eating them right now, you don't want to throw them away, you don't want them to go bad, let's freeze dry them. Today, we're actually going to cover how to freeze dry your extra apples. Stay tuned. So today's module is going to be broken into three parts. The first part is what is a freeze dryer. Second part, processing the food, getting it ready for the freeze dryer. Third part, how to remove it from the freeze dryer and package it for long-term storage. There's really no other process of storing food that's good for 25, 30 years. Now, what is a freeze dryer? How does it work? A freeze dryer is a combination of a freezer and a vacuum. When the unit freezes and then it generates a vacuum, you have ice in a vacuum. The unit has heaters here and here. So this chamber is under an extreme vacuum and frozen down to 25 below zero, 30 below zero. So the ice is very hard. Then these shelves heat up a little bit and cause the ice to what you would think would be melt. It goes through a process called sublimation, which is from ice to a gas. Doesn't ever break back into water. It goes directly from an ice to a gas. But basically, if you will, sucking the water moisture out of the food until you end up with all of the moisture from the product condensed into ice on the outside of the cylinder. The process is that have your product on a tray like this, close the unit up, process. It does everything for you, and it will give you warning time when the process is done. The process takes somewhere between 18 and 30 hours, depending on what product you put in, how much water is in it, how quickly the water can leave the material that you put in it. When you are operating the system and it tells you it's time to shut it down, to go ahead and vent the machine. When the unit is finished, this valve will be closed so that we have the vacuum. It will tell you to release the vacuum. You'll open this up and the air will go back into this chamber, which will allow you to open the door. Then you're allowed to open up the doors and take the product out. And that will be our next line, how to get stuff set up so that it's safe, it's taste, and it's preserved. This part of the module, what we're going to do is prep the food for the freeze dryer. One of the things that you want to do with an apple, you're going to have to cut it up. You can't put the apple in whole, it won't work. However, today I'm going to be cutting up quite a few, so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use a French fry cutter to cut them, and you might even like it, who knows. We're going to pre-treat the apple before it goes into the freeze dryer. And the pre-treat process is using some type of a pre-treat material, ascorbic acid or citric acid. These particular apples are very sweet. They don't need any sugar at all. So what we're going to do, take 1 teaspoon of ascorbic acid, and we're going to place that into 2 cups of water. What we're going to do is that's going to give us a pre-treat material that will slow the enzymatic browning of the fruit, and it will help preserve the fruit as it's going through the process. So that being done, we have our pre-treat mix, a colander to drain the apples out to eliminate as much of the water as possible. We're going to take the apple and we're going to cut just a little bit. Then we're going to take the apple, we're going to put it like that. So I'll do a couple of these. These apples have been cleaned. going, well, wait a minute. He did seeds and everything. Yes, I did, but you can actually take the seeds out, the cores. You just kind of go through and say, okay, well, there's a couple of cores there. We're going to put all of this into the pre-treat solution. Use the French fryer to cut up the Cosmic Crisp apples. We've taken them, run them through the colander, and actually dried them with a paper towel to get off as much of the moisture as possible. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these and spread them out onto the freeze dryer tray. I have a silicone mat at the bottom of this tray. I'm going to take this and put it in my my home freezer and start the chilling process. While I'm prepping these other apples, these will be chilling. They won't be sitting out in the air. They'll actually be getting colder, so that when I do actually fire up the freeze dryer and put this food in, it's already going to be cold. So that's the next process. We'll see you on the next set of apples. Okay, we're on to the Fuji's. Fuji's are a delicious apple, again, California grown apple. We're going to process it the same way. We're going to take the acid. If you're cutting up apples that are going to be open for a while, make sure that you pre-treat them or they will turn brown. That's just part of the enzymes working in the oxygen, and you just can't stop it. We're set up for this. Again, Fuji apples. I'm going to do the process. So I'm going to repeat this a few times. I'll set everything up. I'll let it set in the water, get everything going, and we'll be back. Okay. They've had their acid treatment, vitamin C, if you will, because these Fuji's are not quite as sweet as the Cosmic Crisp. We're going to take just a little bit of sugar, and we're going to just drizzle a little bit of sugar on this. We're going to mix this up a little bit. The idea is to just get a little bit more sweetness into the apple. And then we're going to take these and put them out onto our freezer tray. So here they are. So we've got them in the tray. They're all set up. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to put them in the freezer so they start to chill, or while I'm processing the other apples. One of the things that Harvest Right does, they actually sell these little clips. Put these clips onto the tray, so when I take it out to the freezer, the other tray will set right inside this one, and they'll just stack up in the freezer. Okay, we're back for another type of apple. This is an envy apple, and it is really tasty. What we're going to do with these, we're going to process these up the same way, dry them out a little bit, add a little bit of sugar, and we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon. So this will be kind of an apple pie type thing. Basically, anything you do to the apples now, as far as putting any kind of flavoring or anything that you do with any product before it goes in the freeze dryer, you can sweeten it, you can spice it up, you can do whatever you want, and then that way it's in the packaging, so when you open it back up, it's there. So there we go. These are ready for the freezer. For the last apple today, we're going to do Honeycrisp. These absolutely gorgeous Honeycrisp apples from California. You've already watched the process, so we're going to move right through that. The next thing you'll see is we're going to take these after they've been run through the colander and dried up a little bit. We're going to do some special seasoning to these. We're back with the last set of apples. These were the Honeycrisp. Again, a wonderful California apple. Is we're going to go a little deeper into the apple pie spice type thing. So we're going to take these, set them up, and just a little bit of sugar, a little cinnamon, a little bit of allspice, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of maple syrup. We get to play. It's just like being in kindergarten. Now when these come out of the freeze dryer, what we're going to do is put them into mason jars. We'll take them out to display, and actually people can sample them. We'll have written on the jars how they went in, what ingredients were on them, and see if they like them. Okay, these are ready for the freezer, and they'll go into the freeze dryer shortly. We'll be back. So we're going to start the freeze drying process. You've watched the apples being prepared, run through the ascorbic acid, the seasonings and all that. The machine is now plugged in, on, ready to go. It's asking me what to do. All you have to do is hit start. Okay, the machine has started, and now you can see that it is cooling the vacuum chamber. The vacuum hasn't started. It's just cooling the chamber. It's doing its thing. In a few minutes, it's going to ask us to put the food in and close the vent. So that's what we'll do coming up next. Okay, well, we're back. The freeze dryer has gone ahead and processed. It's cooled down. It is now about 19 degrees, so it's below freezing already. So it's telling me to continue. Go ahead and load the food in and then go. So what we're going to do, we're going to close the drain valve. We'll see you at the next set of the module, where we'll take everything out and package it up. Thank you. Okay, the freeze dryer has completed the drying process. The apples are now down to somewhere around 1%. They almost feel like they're made out of styrofoam. We're going to seal these so that they're preserved for 25, 30 years. The object is to seal it, maintain a moisture-proof environment so no air, no water can get into it, to rehydrate it and allow microorganisms to grow back in it. We're going to use a Mylar bag with oxygen absorber, and then we're going to seal the Mylar bag with an impulse sealer. What that will do is it will weld the end of the package closed and make it airtight. This particular way of storing food is airtight, oxygen depleted, and light proof. So any food that goes in is protected from light. The second way we're going to store it is we're going to use mason jars with lid and a food vacuum sealer. That will deplete the oxygen in the container. It still has light, so even though this is safe for 30 years, store this in an area where there's no light, in a dark pantry or something like that. Now, these particular ones will be for show and tell for a show coming up soon, so they'll be opened up in a couple of weeks. I'm not too worried about it. So those are the two processes. Let's move forward. The easiest way to do this, write on your Mylar bag first. Trying to write on it after it has food product in it is not easy. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to take a oxygen absorber, and you'll notice that this is sealed. It's in a sealed bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this bag. I'm going to remove an oxygen absorber. I am going to use the impulse sealer and seal it back up. Why would I do that? Well, these are oxygen absorbers. If I leave the bag open, they're going to process the oxygen in the room, and I don't want that. So I'm going to do it as quickly as I can, seal that back up. I'm going to drop this into this container. I'm going to take some of the apples place them in here. This is basically for show and tell, to show you how it's done. This is a very small package, just a few apples like that. So we would take that, again, impulse sealer. When the light goes out, it's done. If you want, you can double seal it. Now this package is sealed up. It still has some atmosphere inside, but the oxygen absorber will absorb the free oxygen, defeating that. So that's one way to seal up that. So we have that taken care of, and the oxygen absorbers are reconditioned. And we're going to fill mason jars up, just like that. We're going to put a lid on that. We're going to take the vacuum sealer going to process the vacuum side, seal this container up. We're going to put a lid on it. That's stored. This is actually good, again, 25, 30 years. This will go to a show in a couple of weeks, but that's the process of storing the food. Thank you. Fast forwarded, we've processed canning or jarring or bagging all of the apples that we have. This is what they look like, processed up. As I said, normally they would be larger bags, but there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the preservation of apples using a freeze dryer and the packaging of freeze-dried apples with mason jars and Mylar bags. Thanks.